Welcome to the Nations vs. Nonprofits Weekly Briefing. This is your weekly briefing number 1. What makes a tribe a government? Most people have never been taught how tribal governments actually work. People hear the word tribe and think culture, community work, or identity, but a tribal nation is a political body. This misunderstanding is what allows nonprofits and individuals to posture as tribal authorities. When that happens, allies become confused, institutions make bad decisions, and real nations get sidelined. A tribe is a sovereign government. It has citizens, laws, jurisdiction, and political responsibilities that continue across generations. Tribal governance is not casual or symbolic, it is structural. It involves enrollment laws that define who the citizens of the nation are and election systems that determine who has the authority to lead. Those processes are documented in constitutions, ordinances, and federal records, not in branding, storytelling, or program work. Nonprofits, on the other hand, are corporations established under tax law. They have members, boards, and programming, but they do not have citizens. They cannot create enrollment laws. They cannot hold legitimate tribal elections, and they cannot issue political authority. A nonprofit may support cultural or community projects, but cultural activity is not the same as governmental power. That difference matters because confusing the two is exactly how false claims gain traction. Federal recognition does not create a tribe. It acknowledges a government that already exists. The Federal Register lists governments, not cultural groups. Recognition reflects documented continuity, records showing that a nation has maintained its people, leadership, and authority over time. These records can include censuses, enrollment, election certifications, and intergovernmental correspondence. When people pretend that recognition is optional or a matter of opinion, it misleads the public and erases the work tribal nations have done for generations to keep their governments functioning. Understanding all of this helps clarify why the distinction between a government and a nonprofit is so important. When allies learn how governments work, how continuity is maintained, how authority is passed down, and how citizenship is defined, it becomes much easier to identify real tribal nations and avoid groups that imitate the structure without the legitimacy. Once you understand that tribes are governments, not cultural nonprofits, you can see through impersonation quickly. You can choose to support real indigenous nations, and you can recognize when something is misrepresented. That clarity is the foundation of this entire series. Thanks for watching this week's briefing. Nations vs. Nonprofits weekly briefings drop every Monday. Tune in for next week's subject, Why Enrollment Matters.